Hi guys, welcome back to my third week of my budgeting, my bill tracking, my envelope stuffing. Let's just jump straight into this and I'll catch up with things as I'm talking through, if that's all right. So I'm just going to organise my envelopes. So if you weren't with us last week, if you were, I created this bill tracker last week. So it's sort of got lots of things that are consistent that I'm doing weekly, but there is room for things that might change as well. So the first column here, envelopes that I'm going to be stuffing, is things which are consistent, which stay the same every week, but which I might dip into more regularly, whereas this one is more saving envelopes, ones that I don't really want to touch as much as possible. So clothing, time with friends is over there, food is over there, travel should be on there. It's not on. See, this is why we write these things down. I'm not left-handed. I don't know why I tried to write left-handed. Travel. There we go. Yay. Yeah, so it's going to be there. Phones and time with me. So they're on that column, and I'm going to go through those in a moment. So because see how much I've spent of the last week, anything that I've not spent, I'll show you. I'm going to do that shortly. But this side should be everything that I'm going to try and save. So my car, Holly's savings, Alex's savings, emergency, school uniform that I'm saving for, and all kinds of gifts. So that's those ones, and I'll have a look at those and just put those to one side. So just to go over the tracker with you, if you haven't seen this before, I'll hopefully put this into full shot. Basically, I do a calculation at the start of each month to see how much money I've got for the month. That total is made up from, which I put down here as tutoring, because I'm a private tutor now. The things that I sell on my Etsy store, which I will link below. I'm really hoping, because I've had lots of inquiries and lots of things I've been working on in the background, got lots more things about to launch ready for the big Christmas push, fingers crossed. So I'm hoping that's going to go up soon. And this one I've called credits now. If you saw my first video, lots of people got in touch and said I could get, well, I should be entitled to universal credit as a single parent on a small income. So I have looked into that, which is why I've titled it credits. Initially I just titled it other, but it was things like child benefit, things that I've made from when I sell my books, and or if I've sold something on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or whatever, then that I've put it into that sort of pot, if you like. But regardless, the total income from tutoring, from things I've sold on my Etsy store, and from my credits, this month for August was 1,540. So that number is my starting point. That's my money in. Okay, so then I've got my monthly bills. As I said last video, I was a bit lazy. I just sort of bulked it all together. It's about £700. I think the actual number was for the month, covering rent, gas, electric, etc, etc. And that came to 175 per week. I'm just going to run it down up to the end of, so next video I'll be doing the same again. But after that video, I'm planning on doing a complete breakdown really, so you can see literally where every penny's going, because a lot of it I round, and something to do with that as well, I'm going to start being a bit more specific about my pennies. I've always looked after the pennies, like got jars, pots and everything. Haven't introduced those with you yet. I have ordered a couple of things off Amazon, which has come out, don't worry, it's come out of one of my budgets. And yeah, so I'm hoping to show those to you maybe next week if they arrive. It's just some cute little gadgets I've got for looking after the pennies effectively. So that's by the by. So yeah, so 175 is my weekly home spend. So basically this little calculation here is A, which is this number here, 1,540. Let me pop it in the calculator as I go. So 1,540. And it's not a scientific calculator, unfortunately, so I'll have to do this one separately. Take away B, which is what this one is, times by 4, because I initially did divide it by 4, times it by 4, 700. So basically for the month, I start with 1,540. I take away this amount here, which is 700. Take away the 700, because that's all my home costs. Living cost essentially, leaves me with 840, and I divide that by 4. That leaves me with 210 to live off for the week. So from that amount of 210, I need to be able to feed myself, my 2 children, transport for us all, clothes, all these things that are down here, phone is included in here, anything else that we might need. So yes, that's why I'm doing it really, because even though initially £210 is a lot, when you've got a teenage daughter and a 1-year-old, it doesn't go very far, believe me. So just to go through the ones that yeah, this is the right one, the ones that are here. So these are the ones, as I said, I'm looking for. They're quite fluid. I expect to dipping in and out of them quite regularly. With a 1-year-old who is growing all the time, and a 13-year-old who just, yeah, yes, it's a 13-year-old, I guess. So I put £5 in. I've still got £5. We haven't actually bought any clothes. I spend quite a lot in the, if I buy clothes, my daughter and I try to go to the YMCA, where you can get clothes for £1 each item. So if we go anywhere, that's where we tend to go. But or Primark for leggings. I don't tend to buy clothes for myself. I don't need to. I've got enough, or I just may do. Don't go anywhere at the moment anyway. It's still a pandemic and it's fine. So that's still £5 in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let that accrue actually. Some of these I will not be letting accrue. Some of them I will. I might as well let that accrue. You never know when you might need it. Time with friends. I'm letting that accrue because I know I'm coming out. Well, I'm supposed to be going out on Saturday. Everyone's cancelling. What's that about? Yeah, so I'll let that accrue as well. Food shopping. Moment. I did so good this week. I think I put £60 in there last week and I spent 20. And I think it's making me so much more mindful of what I spend, what I need, what I'm eating, just by having this visual representation of me, just by knowing I've got to take an envelope, I've got to physically go and get that money to spend it. So I've literally gone through the whole of my cupboards, gone through my freezers, I've just made stuff from nothing, you know, it's just been really, really basic things. And yeah, it's just been more mindful. I've not just nipped to the pie shop, I've not just nipped to the chippy, I've not just nipped to McDonald's, I've not just done any of those things because I've now got this video and you guys are here watching and supporting. It's almost like you're my checking guys, I guess. So I don't want to be spending that money and then having to come sort of next week and go, well, I had this money and it's a lot of takeaways. That's not going to do anyone any good. Yeah. So thank you for being here and being my onerous point, if you like, my the person people I have to report into. Really useful. It really does make you watch every penny. Like something as simple as beans on toast and jack potatoes, which are really easy enough to do, aren't they? So that's been lunches, or teas, and just, yeah. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm actually going to put this to one side. Now, I'm not letting it accrue because what I'm about to do, and I'll do another video on this, it should be up in a couple of days, fingers crossed, if Alex lets me film, which is to do with some saving challenges I'm going to do. One being for Christmas, because at Christmas it's my birthday, Christmas Eve, my daughter's birthday on the 19th of December, my sister-in-law's birthday is like the 27th of December, and somewhere in between we've got Christmas and all that goes with that as well. So what I'm going to start doing is doing like a 12-week savings challenge. You're very welcome to join in with me. I've got some cute little documents which I've created, and this is going to go into that. So I'm going to put it to one side for now, and when I do the video in a couple of days, when it goes up, you'll see exactly where that's come from. So popped away to one side. Travel, I did spend some on travel this week as I expected to, but like if you were watching my last video, I said my parents quite often give me lists here, there and everywhere, and they're away at the moment. Look at them. So I did use a bit more on travel this week. I'm going to take the other bit out though, one side, and I'll put in my usual amount for that, and again that's going to go to one of my savings ideas that I've got coming up. Phones, it's already empty because I already put that in the bank last week to go off, so that's that. And time with me, which never occurs because I've got a baby. So that can stay in there and accrue. And I think I mentioned last week, I'm going to save up enough for a spa day. That is my goal, a spa day goal. So there we go. So those are the ones that are, as I said, fluid, money in and out quite regularly. So let's have a look how much each of those are going to get. I'm just going to check back on last week's as well, because I'll probably be putting in the same amount. There we go. Have I got all the things? Just because I'm mindful I missed the travel off before clothing. Tell me, phones, food, yeah, travel's there. Okay, great. So let's go back to, put them in order just to make me feel better. Clothing got £5 last week, and it can have £5 again this week. Okay. Time with me got £10. It's also going to get £10. I don't know what a spa day is. It's been a long time since I've been on a spa day. But I reckon once I get to like 100, I can start looking. That could be like maybe another video. Find a really good spa day for £100. I'm sure there must be things on Groupon or somewhere. We'll see, we'll see. Phone is £17.50. As I mentioned in the last video, that is going to drop down significantly next month as well. So it means I've got extra savings, and I have already got plans for that money saved. Yay. Looking forward to sharing that with you. So travel, I put £15 in last week because it was accrued from the week before. I'll just check the week before's in there as well. You should find me a nice file. I haven't found one. I want to maybe recycle one I've already got. Yeah, so travel, £15 the week before, £15. Yeah, that's what I budgeted. That's what I budgeted. I don't expect to use that this week. I may adjust that. I might adjust it going forward. We'll see how we go. I think what I could also do with doing, I think I said last time, is a column here, and then I can track just exactly how much I'm not using, so I know I can adjust my budget accordingly. That could be quite useful for next week. Plan. Okay. Food shopping normally gets 60. fill it in would be useful, wouldn't it? Yeah, 60. Time, oh I didn't put my travel in there, 15. And time with friends, us time put £10. So, as I said, I am supposed to be going out this weekend with friends from my job that I left at summer, but one by one they're cancelling. It's like there hasn't just been a pandemic and you've been forced to stay at home for the last 18 months. Maybe people just got too comfortable with being at home. Maybe people are just saving, like me, watching one of these videos going, I'm not going out, I'm going to save my money. Okay. So those are my, my set envelopes, which will get spent, in theory, or ought to be spent. And I also need to put to one side 175 for my house. 40, 60, 175. So that goes in there because I know I've got to put that in the bank. And just because I want them to be facing the right way when I open it up. It's easier to see. Okay, so the next columns basically my savings ones, these ones. So as I say, I'm hoping these are going to start building up really. Yeah, so my car savings. How much do I have left? In fact, that's a good idea. How much I have left, so I know what to put in. Let's do the envelope total for here then. So if I add in £5 for my clothing, £10, 17.50, 60, 10, 15, so 117 is what's in these envelopes I've just stuffed. And so I now need to do 210, which is what I started with. I'm taking away the 117.5. Should leave me with £92.50. So that's the amount I'm starting with for my savings section. Okay. So I can split this equally. I'm going to put £10 in my car savings for this week. Setting up a new car. And Holly get £10. Alex also gets £10. Emergency fund's going to get £10. Hope it's not a big emergency because I haven't got very much in here. I started this envelope last week, but it all adds up, and over the year it'll have a nice chunk in it. School is going to get £10. I did ask my daughter to try on all her uniform the other day, which being 13 years old, she absolutely did not do straight away. So all kinds of gifts is going to be like birthdays, weddings, those kinds of things. I was initially going to do this envelope for Christmas as well, but with Christmas being quite a busy time, quite expensive time, and yeah, and I've got other birthdays, all sorts around it. I just thought it'd be better to do a Christmas savings challenge. Yay! So I put £10 in each of those savings envelopes, so I'm left with 20. So like last week, I'm going to put that in my unbreakable jar. This unbreakable jar was actually bought for me, as I said, my birthday's Christmas Eve, Capricorn. It was bought for me about 3 years ago, and I never didn't really like it, to be honest. And I have had unbreakable jars in the past, which I do enjoy doing, but I just wasn't, well, I didn't have any money to go in it, or I didn't budget properly to put money in it, if that's better maybe. So I put that 20 in there. I'm not planning on trying to keep a tally. I don't want to know what's in it. I want that to be a surprise when I do finally come to open that. So that's for holidays or holiday savings, depending on how much I manage to save. If you don't know, well, you probably don't because I haven't told you, but I am a Disney nut. So despite being a single mum to two, I still manage every couple of years, usually maybe 3 years, to get to Disney World in Florida on a shoestring budget. And obviously with the pandemic, I've not been able to do that the last couple of years, and also with quitting work and other things. So over the plan for this channel really is to give you hints and tips on how you can maybe get yourself to Disney World, or wherever you want to take your children, or wherever you want to take your family or yourself. Just ways of how I save, and just being able to watch every penny, so that if you want to go on a trip of a lifetime, which I go on regularly, you can do it as well, if that makes sense. So hopefully those videos will be of use to you. I've even got change left over. Now this brings me back to the comment I made earlier. So I'm getting a couple of those counting jars, which I've ordered on Amazon. So I'm going to be putting change in there. I've got one for coppers. In the past I've just used ordinary jars, but like just empty tubs or whatever I've used, but I just thought it'd be more fun. I've seen somebody else using them where they actually count the amount on the top for you, and I just thought it might be a bit more motivational to be able to see the numbers, just like these, just watch the numbers going up as you put the money in. I feel like that's good. So video going up, this one should be up Thursday the 19th. Yeah, 19th, I'm counting my things. Thursday the 19th, but then I plan on getting another one up, hopefully, either Saturday, Sunday, talking to you about my savings challenges, which is where this money's going to go. So for now, I'm just going to tuck that in here. Maybe by then, my slurry jar might be here, and as well, that would be cool, and I can talk to you about that. But for now, thank you very much for joining me for my third budget week. I'm really having lots of fun. Thank you so much for all of your support. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. Bye.